Hello! So today we have, for my reading log, a little bit of a shorter list since this weekend was Valentine's Day and last weekend was Super Bowl. I wonder if they made those two kind of things go side by side like that on purpose. In any case, you can see I read actually just about none of what I said I was going to read besides maybe Toriko. It's the only thing I said I was going to read last week. So I thought that was pretty funny, but as you'll see in a few upcoming my video hauls, a few manga came in that I really like to read, so I decided that those take priority. So I read those this week that just came in, and we'll start through them real quick, in no particular order as always. So here's Samurai 8. Samurai 8 Volume 5 is actually the last volume of the Samurai 8 series by the same guy who did Naruto, Masashi Kishimoto. There, that's probably easier to read it right down there. In any case, it's like, it started off like a huge info dump this series, and then this manga volume actually started off the same way. It was like a huge info dump, and you know, it was interesting, but it didn't ever catch on, so they actually canceled it after 5 volumes. And I really thought it started to pick up steam around volume, 3, 4, and 5 starts off slow, but then it gets pretty interesting, and then the ending is just like ridiculously rushed. It's over in like a second, and I'm like, wait, what just happened? So I had to like reread it a few times to be like, oh, so they just pressed the win button. So I was like kind of annoyed by the ending, but I mean, what can you expect when the guy's probably got like 2 chapters to end it up in a monthly series? So, you can only do so much. Hopefully, Masashi can actually come back from this. He is actually, I'm going to talk about this one next, joining the staff of Boruto. He's technically the creator / supervisor of Boruto. However, he is soon going to be, all hands on deck for it. I don't think Boruto is as bad as everyone in the world says it is. I actually think Boruto is pretty decent, especially the manga. The anime is like total hot garbage because it's just constantly fillers non-stop. However, the manga is like Naruto and Sasuke fighting this guy from the moon. He is possessed by an Otsuki, which is the same race as Kaguya, the final boss of Naruto Shippuden. And so it gives you a little bit more insight about her because she kind of comes out of nowhere. And so they came out with the movie to give her backstory to her clan and her race, and then they kind of build off the movie. I think it's called Naruto the Last Movie. And they take that kind of race of people and incorporate it into Boruto. Now, they also show up in the Boruto to Naruto movie where Boruto has to go through the Chunin exam. He's the reason that Boruto has the karma on his hand. And so, I do really like Boruto. I thought this one had a little less action than the last one because, it's not fighting Delta, but in fact he fights Jigen, who is possessed by the Otsuki. And, it's cool always to see Naruto go 7 stage mode, and he also goes full Fox mode. It's also really cool to see him fight with Sasuke in the Susanoo armor. The two didn't really go all out because, like, you don't see Sasuke giving Naruto the Susanoo armor or anything like that. But Sasuke just coming back from a mission, Naruto just recently fighting Delta. It makes sense that they'd be a little tired, in my opinion. But they nearly kicked this guy's ass in a stamina battle, but just barely, the guy steals Naruto away. It's a little bit of a spoiler for it, but it's a very interesting story, definitely worth reading, in my opinion, if you have any interest in these moon people, or any interest in the continuing story of Naruto, because Naruto does play a pretty big role in this, as does Sasuke, which is always awesome. So it'll be interesting to see how they actually end up defeating this foe. Alright, the next thing I read was Eden Zero, Volume 9. This is the latest volume of Eden Zero. Eden Zero is really good at this point. It's like a nice kind of a space fantasy. with some time travel elements, but they literally say, please ignore any paradoxes. Time travel just causes duplicates in the same timeline. It is as simple as that. Don't think too hard about it. Which I think is pretty funny. These are the 4 great spirits of the bad guy. His name is Draken Joe. And he is this guy right here. That's the main villain of this arc currently. And so I'm intrigued to see why he wants to go after their ship, the Eden Zero. I think he's part of the Eden's 1 crew, but I'm not really too sure yet. They probably alluded to that fairly obviously, which is why I think that. I think Arsenal is one of the coolest creations by Hiro Mashima, at least from the works that I've read so far. I really like it. And I'm intrigued to see how far this will go. I like how, you know, not... The main character, Shiki, doesn't beat everybody. You know, sometimes Wise has to do it. And so far, anyways, Shiki doesn't use the power of friendship or anything like that to just randomly get stronger like Natsu used to. It seems like Shiki is like turning into a demon, which I was like, whoa, what is happening when he started to use his ether gear too much? And this is like essentially just like a Sobble, in my opinion. I died laughing when I saw that. So that was really great. Let's see if I can find Shiki turning into his demon form. Of course I can't because, like, you know, I want to show him off to you guys. But I really am intrigued to see this thing, like, come into fruition because his demon form is wild looking. But who knows what that's actually going to represent. I just can't wait to see it. I'm an impatient guy, okay? So, Draken Joe is probably going to push him into the demon form, which will be very cool. Can't wait to get to it. Oh, and this chick is awesome. She's the witch, or the steel sorceress, and she can use like all of the different elements with her ether gear. I love it. Can't wait. Next we have Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is by Kiyohara Gotoge, or I don't know how in the world to say that. But in any case, I love the alligator persona that I think it's a woman that she has. Anyways, this manga is interesting because it doesn't have Tanjiro really in it at all. It focuses mainly on his past and also his brother, and his name is Koku Shippo. And so it's pretty much how the rest of the Hashirama defeat him, as well as the brother Genji, who eats demons, who is very cool with his gun. The guy uses moon breathing, and it also touches on how the red swords and red weapons are formed, as well as the marks. It says that, you know, they're going to die within 25 years of age, without fail. The fighting in this manga was like non-stop action. He uses his moon style, and I was like, holy shit, you know, moon style is so cool. People say that the ending to this, which is coming up pretty soon, I think it's 22 or 23 volumes, is pretty lackluster. I mean, if that was the case, I would have rather this guy be the main villain and Muzan be rank 1 in the end. It'd like be a surprise twist. You know, like how, like a classic Bleach, a classic Bleach Deus Ex or twist. And so, you know, where Muzan ends up being number 1, and then this guy is number like 0. And he's the procreator of all of the demons. I think that would be better because Tanjiro clearly is inheriting the breath of the sun, whereas this guy has breath of the moon, and his brother is actually the creator of the sun breathing. And so, you know, Tanjiro is an inheritor of his brother's will, so it'd be really cool to see those two fight off, and then they show these flashbacks then. To have him show the flashbacks against, you know, the Demon Slayers working together is cool, I guess, because then it can show off, you know, that the different styles weren't completely useless, that they did actually have a point, they each have their strengths and weaknesses, and working together can be stronger than sun breathing alone, and moon breathing as well. But like, if it's as bad as everyone says it is, then this would have been the way to do it. But I'll have to read it myself to see if I think it's actually bad. But this whole concept of where the breathing came from, I thought was a very interesting idea. This was like non-stop action. I loved it. I can't wait for the next one. Here's Chainsaw Man Volume 3. This one's probably on everyone's reading logs, I'm sure, for this month. Chainsaw Man 3 showed the end of the trapped in the hotel arc with Denji finding the solution that I just have to kill you 100 times and you can regenerate all you want, and I'll just drink the blood so I never run out of energy, and you'll just be tortured to death, and then you'll beg for your death, and then that's how we win. And I was like, I guess that makes sense, and so he does that. Denji also has his first kiss in this one, which ends up being covered in vomit, which I thought was nasty. I like couldn't believe it, and he almost got laid. Like, look at that, that's disgusting. He almost got laid, but he denied it, which I couldn't believe it. So we're getting closer to the gun demon as well. I thought that was a cool scene with the fox demon like that. So we're getting close to who the gun demon is. The sword demon, or sword devil, I keep calling him demon because demon slayer, sorry. The sword devil I thought was awesome. He's just like a very cool mirror of Chainsaw Man, the Chainsaw Demon, Denji, so can't wait to see what that's more about, see them fight together. The imagery in this manga is like wild, and to see her just like start to die, I was like, holy shit. I could not believe it at all. But it was really cool. And Power is of course hilarious as always. She's always trying to kill Denji. She's like, I'm on team kill Denji. And Denji's like, what the hell is wrong with you, Power? And then she's like, let's wrestle Denji. And he's like, no, you're gonna try to kill me. So, she's always hilarious. I can't wait to see more of Power and see what she's more about. Because right now she's just comic relief, but she's also, a fiend. So I want to see her do more stuff as well. Alright, we've got a little bit more going on here. This is Toriko. 32. You can see the Heracles Nightmare in the back. This was a pretty cool one. Again, there was a lot of action in it. Finds out that Toriko has a blue-haired demon. We see the arrow fruit finally prepared. We see Milk the First ridiculous knife. And we also get to see the... There it was, we just saw it a second ago. It's like nonsense. I couldn't believe it. But we also get to see, the first of the 8 kings up close and personal, Heracles, his gigantic horse who's pregnant. So I thought that was really cool too. But yeah, to see Komatsu finally be able to make air was awesome, and then he makes it into a salad. I thought that was really cool. I can't wait to see what happens to the other remaining of Toriko's brothers. Because Toriko got the power up this time, but his brothers, Sunny, Coco, Zebra, it'll be interesting to see what the 4 kings can kind of develop, But yeah, 8 kings versus 4 kings, so obviously they're going to each fight 2. Toriko's going to fight the first and the last is my guess. But Zebra especially, I can't wait to see. But like Devil Fork was like nuts. I didn't expect Toriko to have a blue demon, and I didn't really think that he used that, because it's a manga, so it's, black and white, so I didn't realize that he had black hair when he was a kid. So that was cool as well. Can't wait to read more of that. Very close to the end. Gigant was mainly... Oh my god. My girlfriend sneezes very loud. Gigant was mainly just... I can actually show this one, see? There's not boobies everywhere. It was mainly just action and sound effects. It was the coolest thing ever. Papiko finally gets to finally gets to get out of the world, or jail finally, so that was good. And then she gets to show her stuff. She fights awesome. She's getting really good at her growing and shrinking ability. I can't wait to see more of what that kind of turns into and see if she gets any other powers, because right now she's kicking ass. Hopefully the male character gets an ability, but right now he does nothing. It's kind of ridiculous. He just cheers her on, and I'm like, this is Muscle Man Rider round 2 from Gantz. Fucking Muscle Man Rider. The last thing here I have to talk about is Hell's Paradise number 6. If you're not reading Hell's Paradise, you should read Hell's Paradise immediately. It's by the same guy who, he's an assistant to Chainsaw Man. I think this is better than Chainsaw Man. It might have actually been the reverse, but I'm pretty sure that this guy was the assistant to Chainsaw Man. Anyways, the action in this is insane. The concept is, they have to get the elixir of immortality. to get a full pardon from their crimes. And this is samurai and executioners working together. And these, well, I guess they're samurai, but they're not really samurai. They're just criminals, really. The executioners are more like samurai. But like the main character, Gabimaru, he's a ninja. And this is like just a wild kind of a concept on Taoism. It's pretty much what it seems like in Buddhism. They have to meet their yin and their yang, and the only way to do that as a human is to have sex with somebody. So males are yang and women are yin, I believe is how they teach it. And so they become one during sex, which I was like, what? But it gives them supernatural powers when they use their Taoism, and so, you know, you can see they call it Tan and things like that. And so you can kind of see here that Gabimaru is falling apart because he's out of energy. Once you fall out of energy, you start to lose yourself. So you lose your memories, you forget what you're fighting for, you forget who you are, what you are. But the action in this is insane. Nobody is safe. Everybody is going to die. This island is so creepy and weird. I just love it. I can't get enough of it. I highly recommend picking this up. It's very dark and disturbing. But it's not like a psychological thriller too much. It's just dark and disturbing imagery. But definitely worth the pick up and read. So hopefully you guys are interested in Hell's Paradise 6 after that bizarre explanation. Because I can't wait for the next one. I think it's actually already just wrapping up now in Japan, as the Chainsaw Man. But I think this also is getting an anime adaptation as well, so I can't wait. I'm excited, dying to read it, or dying to watch it. I say read it because I gotta read the subtitles. But I don't usually do that with too many anime, so I can't wait. Anyways, that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.